What about long distance relationships? Do they work?
They are tricky in this day and age, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It takes a tremendous amount of trust. Though we've got so many channels of communication to keep relationships alive long distance, those same channels can be applied to other people in this day and age.
Yeah.
And that's what's difficult. And people crave intimacy, whether it's emotional, physical, intellectual, whatever it is, they crave intimacy. And when they can't access their partner, sometimes they can, use those means in the wrong way. So it just depends, but I would say slightly difficult.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is a new day. We thank the good Lord it's a new day. Thank God it is a new day. So good to see you again. Long distance relationship, long distance love. Would you do it? If the only thing that bothers you about a relationship or someone you're interested in, if the only thing that worries you, that gives you concern, is the long distance, would you do it? I say, go for it. If no, if you wouldn't do it, what is the reason? Why wouldn't you do it? And might I just even add, what are the locals doing for you? Especially if you're looking and you're not finding what you're looking for locally. Would you do it? So what is it that you're afraid of? What is the concern really? Well, we're going to try and answer some of those questions, and hopefully we can shed some light and encourage you if that's the route you need to go. It's not as bad as it seems. If both people are connected and determined and committed to it. Is that what you're worried about? Cheating? That they're going to cheat. What is it that you're worried about? Long distance. The reality is, distance doesn't stop cheating. And if you're thinking, oh, out of sight, out of mind, that, my friends, is what I call for the immature. That's for the immature mind. The mature mind doesn't think about that. If you're committed and serious about it, you're going to do whatever it takes to make it work on both sides. So if cheating is what you're worried about, I say don't even get it started. But I'm trying to encourage those that are maybe thinking of doing it, or someone they like, someone they met online, old time friend they're trying to reignite and reconnect with from a relationship standpoint. If all you're worried about is the distance and nothing else, I say go for it. But if there are other factors, you may want to pause. The reality is, I believe strongly, we are all in a long distance relationship. Whether they're 5 minutes away, 15 minutes away, 2 hours away, 15 hours away, we are all in a long distance relationship. Because until we get to the point, and we're talking about those trying to get connected with someone on a serious level and on an exclusive level. When you're married, that's a different story. You are connected. But you still have to continue those things. Some of the things I will talk about later on. But if you're thinking of building a relationship with someone, starting out trying to get exclusive with someone, and you want to consider the long distance relationship, there are ways you can make it work. But like I said, the reality is we are all in a long distance relationship because you're not living with them 24/7. Somebody could be 5 minutes away and still be cheating. Somebody could be close to you distance wise, but yet so far away. Not emotionally connected. You're just not aligned. It just doesn't feel like it. You're not connected with them. But yet you could be with someone who's far away, distance wise, but yeah, you could be so connected because you have that understanding. There's that commitment from both sides. It is a mindset thing, as far as I know. It is a mindset thing. You have to want it. And if your first foot forward is, well, they're going to be cheating, I don't trust them, then don't get into it. On both sides, from the man's side, from the woman's side. But if you want to do it, I say do it. It is doable. I've done it. I did it. It is doable. It could be one of the most easy things to do if you are both committed. And that's the key. You have to be both aligned to want to do it. We'll share some of that as we go. Take a listen to this because I'm sure this comes up, especially not even just in long distance relationships, all types of relationships, but more prominent in a long distance relationship. You hear things like this. Listen to this.
The biggest pill to swallow is that no one is too busy. It is just about priorities. If they are not choosing you, you are not their priority, so stop making them yours.
What do you think? You hear that a lot. I'm too busy. I don't have time. I'm just too busy. First and foremost, if somebody's too busy for you, cut it off. Cut it off. If they don't have time for you now, they're not going to have time for you later on. If somebody's too busy to want to get to know you, to want to get to build something with you, cut it off. Don't waste your time. I always have this typical saying in a relationship. I promise you I wouldn't waste your time, but please do not waste my time. Time waits for no man. Long distance is doable. You have to be of the same mindset. There's got to be a lot of commitment. There's got to be a lot of fluidity in communication. And a lot of it has to do with openness. And have to be intentional about it. And it works if you want it to work. If you're both of the same mindset. And before I go to the next and last video we're going to watch today, the previous ones we watched are people speculating on what could be the potential issues with long distance relationships. You may get this. It is hard. It is difficult. People make it difficult. They don't have time. There's cheating aspect of it. These are things we've been fed, which are likely could happen, but not in all cases, especially for those that are serious about it. But we're going to watch, before we wrap up, we're going to watch the last video, which is someone that is actually living it, has lived it. And I think that gives a different ring to it. You can hear someone who's actually experienced it. And it's telling us what are some of the things we need to have in place to ensure that it works. And might I just encourage you before we watch the last video, don't give up. If that's the only thing, the long distance, everything else is in place. You are aligned both. Please do it. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. And don't listen to what anybody else is telling you. Give it a shot. You can do it. Take a look at this.
Long distance relationships can be very hard, particularly on women, if they don't feel reassured. I feel entirely reassured in this relationship based not just on his words, but on his actions. So the trust is there because of who we are to each other. I know where he is, what he's doing at all times in a way that is not because I need to or because I'm controlling or I have to, because I don't even ask, but he tells me. There is full transparency. He'll be like, oh, babe, I'm just going out with the boys. We're going here. Da, 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 da. He might call me from the place to be like, oh, say hi to the boys. I'll be like, hi, boys. And then the call is done. But it's his way of being transparent to put me at ease with the distance.
Wow. That is what I call a mature mind. building a relationship with the highest level of maturity, openness, transparency. You don't even need to ask him or her. They know how to do it. I give you an instance, especially for those in a long distance relationship or those considering. You may want to consider these factors as part of being open and transparent. I think it applies to everybody, even on a day-to-day basis, but even more so for people that are in long distance relationship. If you see a missed call, just call them back. Don't let them have to chase you to wonder where you are. See, the trust is getting breached if that's happening. You see a missed call, call them right back, apologize for missing their call, and just tell them where you were. That's all it takes. If you want, you could actually even do a video call just to keep their mind. There's nothing to hide. And all you're doing is building this person's trust. The trust has to be earned over time. We're all humans. We know we humans all have tendencies. So just build the trust. You see a missed call, call them right back. Both sides. You're talking to them on the phone. Let them know where you are. Hey, I'm about to hang out, or I'm hanging out with my friends here. Do a video call. Not all the time, but if you need to, just to keep their minds at ease. You heard the lady; she just said the same thing. It just adds beauty to it and maturity, especially when they don't have to ask you before you do it. It may sound like it's a lot. I know some people, oh, well, that's too much. I don't have to do all of that. But it's not about you. It's about the other person. See, if we start thinking from the other person's mindset, how does it make them feel? And if you think you cannot think from the other person's perspective, flip the script. Tell yourself, you call this person. They don't call you back. You have to be the one to chase them around, to ask them why they didn't call, and they give you some type of a flimsy excuse. How would you feel? You see that? Flip the script. Long distance is doable. It just takes openness, transparency, fluid communication, nothing to hide. If you want, you could do video calls every night. Whatever you got to do. Keep each other posted as if you were in the same place. This day and age, we can't complain. Everything is done virtually anyway. Yeah, we say it's work, it's too much work. That, my friend, is the work that's needed in relationship. And it's not bad work. It is good work. Because it's enjoyable. You building something for you both. Believe you me, it's like putting money and investing. You're going to reap the ROI later on. And you would be so thankful you did it. So to wrap this up, if you're considering long distance love, long distance relationship, I say do it. But you have to make sure you're both on the same page with the other person. Both have to be committed to it. And especially when you get exclusive, all the boundaries that you got to put in place, just put them in place and both respect it. If somebody's telling you they're too busy for you, cut it off. Don't waste somebody's time, but please do not let somebody else waste your time. Please put your comments in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about this. Would you do it long distance? I did. And successful. Thank God. Hey, we'll be coming back with more pieces. You know how we like to close it out. We just like to remind ourselves that we always remember we got one life with many seasons. So let's make the best of it. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. You take care now. Bye for now.